Hello students, let us learn General Science for class 8 from the book Science Squad. Today we are going to learn microorganisms, friend and foe. In this chapter, we shall discuss about different types of microorganisms, their habitat, uses, harmful microorganisms and diseases caused in plants and animals, and about food preservation and nitrogen fixation. Microorganisms. Unicellular organisms which are too small to be seen by the naked eye are called microbes or microorganisms. It may be classified into four groups, namely bacteria, fungi, protozoa and some algae. These are bacteria, Aspergillus belongs to fungi, and amoeba and paramecium belongs to protozoa. Viruses are also microscopic. They reproduce only inside the cells of the host organisms such as bacterium, plant or animal. The diagram shows T4 bacteriophage, that is virus. Where do microorganisms live? Microorganisms may be single-celled such as bacteria, some algae and protozoa. They may be multicellular also such as algae and fungi. Microorganisms can survive under all types of environment ranging from ice-cold climate to hot springs or even on deserts and marshy lands. They are found inside the bodies of other organisms including humans. Growth of some microorganisms depend on other microorganisms while other organisms exist freely. Microorganisms like amoeba can live alone while fungi and bacteria may live in colonies. So, where do microorganisms live may be? Reason is ice-cold climate to hot springs, deserts to marshy lands, inside the body of other organisms, or depending on other organisms for its growth, or can live in colonies or alone. Microorganisms and us. Some of the microorganisms are beneficial in many ways, while some others are harmful, causing diseases. Let us now discuss about the friendly microorganisms. Some microorganisms are used in the production of curd, bread and cake. Some are used in the production of alcohols. Some are used in cleaning up the environment as decomposers. For examples, the organic waste such as vegetable peels, remains of animals, etc. are broken down into harmless and usable substances by bacteria. So we say there are some friendly microorganisms which cleans up the environment as composers. There are some microbes which are used to increase the soil fertility by fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. We will be discussing about this in the later part of the chapter. Some are used for the production of alcohols, which we have discussed already, wines and acetic acid in large scale. That is, commercially we use certain microbes for production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid. Milk is turned into curd by bacteria. But how? Curd contains the bacterium Lactobacillus, which promotes the formation of curd. It gets multiplied in the milk and converts the milk into curd. Bacteria are present in are also used in making the cheese, pickles and other food items also. An important ingredient of rava, that is suji, idlis and bakras is curd. Bacteria and yeast are helpful for fermentation of rice idlis and dosa batter. Yeast reproduces rapidly, producing carbon dioxide during respiration. The bubbles of the gas will fill the dough and increases its volume. Hence, Yeast is used in the bakery for making breads, pastries and cakes. Yeast is also a type of microbes. Let us now discuss about the medicinal use of microorganisms. Whenever we fall ill, the doctor may give us some antibiotic tablets, capsules or injections. Do you know why? This is because these medicines are produced from the bacteria and fungi, which helps to kill or stop the growth of the disease-causing microbes. Such medicines are called antibiotics. Streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin medicines are made from bacteria and fungi. The antibiotics are made by growing the specific microbes and are used to cure a variety of diseases. Antibiotics are even added with the feed of livestock and poultry for checking microbial infection in animals. So, medicinal use of microorganisms involves antibiotics. Microorganisms are also used to control many plant diseases. Vaccine. When a disease-carrying microbe enters our body, the antibodies produced by our body will fight with the invader. If microorganisms enter again, the body remembers how to fight with the microbe. If dead or weakened microbes are injected in a healthy body, the body fights and kills them by producing suitable antibodies. The antibodies will remain in the body for protecting from the disease-causing microbes. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Let us discuss how microbes helps in increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae increase the fertility of soil by fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere. This enriches the soil with the nitrogen. The microbes which does this work are called as biological nitrogen fixer. These two are nitrogen fixing blue-green algae. Let us discuss how microbes clean the environment. While making manure, we collect waste of plants, vegetables and fruits from nearby houses and gardens. We put them in a pit meant for waste disposal. After some time, it gets decomposed by microbes and gets converted into manure. By this method, environment is cleaned. Let us now discuss about harmful microorganisms. There are some microorganisms which causes diseases in human beings, plants and animals. These disease-causing microbes are called pathogens. Food, clothing and leather are spoiled due to harmful microbes. How are disease caused? Pathogens enter our body through the different way like air when we breathe, or by water when we drink, or by the food we eat. They get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or can be carried through an animal. Microbial diseases such as cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis can spread from an infected person to a healthy person by water, air, food or physical contact. These diseases are called communicable diseases. There are some insects and animals which act as a carrier of disease-causing microbes. Let us discuss how disease spread. Housefly is a carrier that sits on the garbage and animal excreta, etc. Pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they transfer the pathogens. Whoever eats the contaminated food gets too sick. The female Anopheles mosquito acts as a carrier for parasite of malaria. The female AIDS mosquito act as a carrier of dengue virus. All mosquitoes breed in water, so we should not let water collect anywhere like in coolers, tires, flower pots, etc. If we keep the surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Let us now discuss about the human diseases caused by microbes. The tableau column shows the disease caused by the microbes which is responsible for the disease, what is the mode of transmission, and what are the preventive measures to be taken. Generally, when the disease is caused by transmission takes place through water or food, you need to drink boiled water. We should maintain properly cooked food. We should consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water. And there may be vaccination for those diseases. Generally, the disease caused by virus have to keep in isolation or avoid contacts. Disease causing microorganisms in animals and plants. Anthrax is an example of dangerous human and cattle disease caused by a bacterium. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Some microbes cause disease in plants such as wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and others. These diseases reduce the yield of the crops. They can be controlled by use of certain chemicals or pesticides which can kill the microbes so that their yield will not be affected. These are the diseases caused by the microbes in plants. Citrus canker affects lemon. Rust of wheat causes in wheat. Yellow vein mosaic of bindi is in lady's finger. Food poisoning. Food poisoning in humans could be due to the consumption of spoiled food by microbes. Microbes that grow on our food produce toxic substances, making the food poisonous, causing serious diseases. Spoiled food emits bad smell, bad taste, and changes its color. How to preserve the food? We can use the chemical method by using the salts such as sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate to prevent the food such as pickles, jams and squashes from microbes. The next method is by common salt. Salting preserve meat and fish, amla, raw mangoes and tamarind from microbes. Preservation by sugar. Addition of sugar preserves jam, jellies, squashes by reducing their moisture content, which inhibits the growth of bacteria. Preservation by oil and vinegar. Addition of oil and vinegar prevents the spoilage of pickles, fruits, fish, vegetables and meat. So, food preservation can be done by these four methods. Chemical method by using salt, chemical salt, or by common salt, sugar, oil and vinegar. There are another food preservation method is a heat and cold treatments. Boiling of milk kills many microbes. We keep our food in the refrigerator because low temperature inhibits the growth of microbes. Pasteurized milk can be taken without boiling. This is because it is free from harmful microbes. In this case, the milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then it is suddenly chilled and stored. By doing this process, it prevents the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur and hence it is called pasteurization. Storage and packing. Packing the dry fruits and vegetables in sealed airtight packets will prevent the attack of microbes. Nitrogen fixation. We know that nitrogen is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms. It is a part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acids and vitamins. It is available around 78% in our environment. Rhizobium present in the leguminous plants, that is pea plants, such as pulses, it helps in the fixation of nitrogen. It fixes nitrogen through the action of lightning. Nitrogen cycle. Bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil will convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds. These compounds can be used by the plants from the soil through their roots. Animals feeding on these plants will get protein and other nitrogen compounds. When the plants and the animal die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil will convert the nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compounds so that it can be used by the plants again. Certain other bacteria will convert some part of them to nitrogen gas. So this nitrogen goes back into atmosphere. As a result, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere remains more or less constant. So this is a benefit of nitrogen cycle. Let us have a neat diagram. The cycle shows the atmospheric nitrogen has been fixed. Lightning fixes nitrogen, converting the compounds of nitrogen in the soil. Nitrogen fixing can also be taken place by bacteria and blue-green algae, and the bacteria in the soil will convert this nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. Now the compounds of nitrogen are ready for the uptake of plants and animals. Now some part of this bacterial nitrogen compounds will be taken by the plants. The plants are eaten up by the animals. The death of the plants and animals will lead to the nitrogenous waste which has been released by the bacteria back into atmosphere. Let us have a chapter recap. Microbes are too small, such as bacteria, fungi, protozoa and some algae. They can live in all kinds of environment ranging from ice-cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshy lands. Microbes are found in air, water and in the bodies of plants and animals. They may be unicellular or multicellular. Some microbes are useful while some microbes are harmful. Some microbes causes food poisoning while some fixing the nitrogen from air into soil. There are some microbes which helps to increase the soil fertility. This ends the chapter 2.